I am Heidi Benjaminson, your host of Confidence Coaching, a podcast for mothers who want more peace, hope, and calm in their lives. Life isn't a spectator sport. Success comes to those who show up every day with a pocket full of courage, grit, and a little sparkle. I'm glad you're here. Hello. Welcome to episode 147, Missing Our College Kids. I am sure glad you are here. Please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to this podcast. I really appreciate all of the 5 stars or whatever stars you think it should get. It really helps me reach more women who, like you, want to feel more control in their emotions and actions. I'm trying out different rooms and spaces in my new house to record this for better quality. Today, I am in my closet, so this will be fun to see how it goes. Today, I want to talk about missing our children when they leave and how to manage these emotions and process them in a healthy way. You may be like me, and children have started going to college. Maybe they're just not living at home. They could go away to travel for a year. They could go out on a church mission for a time. They could go work somewhere. I'm going to use the scenario of going to college because this is what I've been living through. But we may miss them when even just they go to grandparents for a weekend, whatever it is. There are healthy ways to take responsibility for this and not project that responsibility to our kids. And there are inadvertent ways that we may add to their own burden if we don't do this. So let's dive in. I remember the first week our oldest was away for college and he was even abroad. We knew we wouldn't see him for 4 months. Our whole house missed him terribly. We missed interacting with him. We missed being involved in his activities. I missed his stinky socks strewn about. I remember driving home from the airport. We had taken him to JFK Airport in New York to fly with his group to Ireland, and we were living in Boston at the time. Both my husband and I had taken him, and that was a hard, tearful drive home. We cried, we reminisced, we buoyed each other up by expressing how well we thought he would do that semester. We had a moment to express to each other that we felt we had done our best. Our kids knew they were loved in our home. And then I changed the family group text from 5 people to 4 because I wouldn't need to text him to come to dinner. I wouldn't need to text him to pick up his sister after school. That was like a knife to my heart. No one tells you about changing the family group text and how hard that simple task is. We then missed him. I think it's really important to identify what we're feeling so we can have control over it. At times I was sad he wasn't there. In addition, the entire time I was also so excited for him and hopeful that it would be a good semester. It's hard to put words to the hole that's left, but it's a hole only other parents who have done it understand. I repeated to myself over and over, I miss him and this is my responsibility to process and carry this emotion. Sometimes I would tell myself, I worry how he will handle certain things, maybe money in a new country or college classes. And this worry is my responsibility to process and carry. I would tell myself over and over, it's not his responsibility to manage my missing him. This is mine. We can have our hearts in 2 emotions. I missed him and I was so glad he was having this opportunity. I didn't want him to be home. I wanted him to have that experience. So saying this over and over, I was prepared for a week or 2 into the semester. He called home and we were chatting and he said, I'm homesick. I miss you all. By taking responsibility for my own missing him, my own emotions, I had prepared my heart that it is very okay and normal for him to miss us, and this is not an emotion I need to fix for him. I validated and normalized what he was feeling. Yes, I'm sure you are. Every other college freshman is feeling the same. And you're also maybe missing some conveniences that you were used to. I expressed to him, I miss you also, and we don't wish you were anywhere other than where you were. I was very comfortable expressing my own vulnerable emotions and didn't pretend I was feeling anything other than what I was. This projects to our kids that they don't need to be scared of or trying to numb or fix their negative emotions. The homesickness was like a funnel he needed to go through. If I wanted him to avoid the homesickness and maybe made him stay home, I'd be making him avoid the learning of being in the tunnel, and he'd never get to the destination on the other side. On the other side of the tunnel was everything he learned by being on his own, an incredible increase in confidence, decision-making, social skills, learning more about who he is and what he values. My heart tugged when he told me how he was feeling, and I let the emotions be okay. I waited for him to tell me if he needed anything. I wanted to project confidence that he knows what he needs more than I know. And like I said a moment ago, I would repeat over and over to myself, it's my responsibility to manage and process this worry, this missing, the uncertainty. He is shouldering the responsibility of being a freshman away from home. He is carrying the burden of so much. It is not his job to carry my insecurities or emotions. We sent care packages. He was able to visit family who lived in Dublin almost every weekend. His dad did go visit for his birthday. I witnessed my other son missing his brother quite deeply. I told my oldest in passing that his siblings missed him, but never with drama or theatrics to make him feel bad. Those were not the emotions I wanted to project to him. Now, fast forward a year later, and I took my second son to college. This time, I was checking him into a dorm room and helping him get set up, not just waving through security at an airport. My son was so ready to go, and I knew I would miss him terribly, but I knew that this was the right place for him, that he had other friends and even family there at school. I knew he was going to go through all the emotions and experiences of any college freshman. Driving away that Sunday afternoon was hard. Such a bittersweet emotion, full of pride for who they are and full of uncertainty. Did I teach them enough? Can they handle what's going to come their way? And here, the second child, there's another hole left in the family group text. And at the dinner table. I reminded myself over and over, these emotions are mine to carry. He has to carry loneliness and insecurity and his own sadness. He has to carry the vulnerability of launching into the world and doing a whole lot of new things. He has his own hard emotional bags to carry. He is not responsible to carry mine. So each time I talked to him, I checked in with myself and made sure I was carrying my own bags. As he told us about disappointments with roommates, loneliness, awkwardly handling a social culture that seemed just as different for him as our oldest going abroad one semester, I validated and normalized his experience. Yes, this would be hard. Yes, I'm disappointed too. All things I would tell him. Yes, I was lonely my first semester, and it was an adjustment. When he hit a rough patch, we worked to normalize his emotions. Other freshmen were feeling the same thing. Here are some things I didn't do while missing my boys. I didn't text nonstop with things that they were not involved with at home. I didn't call super sad and crying and sending pictures, over dramatizing things going on at home. I didn't bring them home when things got tough. One week was especially hard for a son, and I kept visualizing myself anchored and allowing him to have whatever tossing and turning emotions he would have. I didn't get mad as he tried to lash out to me. I saw what was going on for what it was. It was about him, not about me. I thought it was healthy. He could express how he felt. And I knew I was resolved in letting him work through these things. I was a support and a sounding board, but I was not a fixer, swooping in to remove the obstacles. Here are things we did and still do. We ask them to return texts. We video chat with them once a week. We ask questions with hope, curiosity, and confidence. Our questions project they can handle whatever is coming, and we aren't overly worried or concerned. Even if we are worried, our questions and the way we speak about new obstacles is one that projects they can ask us for help, and we are confident they can learn, stumble, stand up, and it's okay. We don't tell them what they should do. We don't know. We aren't there. I did and still do call friends going through the same thing so we can commiserate. We help each other process and carry these emotions. This helps us validate and normalize our own experience, which is our responsibility to do. Remember, not our child's responsibility. We know what we're going through is hard. We know we also sometimes do funny things because we miss them. If you don't have a core group to call on, find these few friends. These friends are frankly invaluable in this season. We are all walking shoulder to shoulder through these tears and emotions. One danger in over-dramatizing negative emotions like, oh, we miss you so much. Oh, we are so sad you are leaving, and so on, is we project to our kids that they're leaving or being gone or us feeling this way is a problem and something their actions have created. We are sad because this is our own emotional response. Our kids aren't causing it. We miss them because of mental and chemical responses in our body. Overly missing someone doesn't project love. It projects insecurity. Again, I said overly. Interest in our child's experiences and growth is what projects love and confidence. Curiosity and trust project love. I've got a lot more missing emotions to come in my life. Each time I feel the longing, the sadness, the hole, and I want to reach out to them, I ask myself, am I reaching out with pure love and curiosity, or am I wanting them to handle this emotion for me? If there's any percent of my answer that is wanting them to manage this emotion, I don't call or text. Again, it's totally okay to tell them we miss them. We want to be real. We want to normalize vulnerable and real human emotions. We want to add to it, though, that we miss them and we want them to be exactly where they are. We miss them and it's our job to handle the missing. We miss them and know the next season is one where they need to learn more outside our home than inside. We miss them and it's now a season we can fill our own emotional lives with activities and interests that we didn't have time for prior. Let them see you thriving. Let them see you growing and learning and living. This gives them permission to do the same, which is exactly what all of us want. That's it for this week. If you would like personalized, weekly, private one-on-one coaching to learn to manage and minimize your worry and sadness, which makes room for happiness and hope, sign up for a consult call at HeidiBenjaminson.com. A confident mother is the greatest gift to her family, not a perfect mother. Our families want us to feel anchored, confident, and calm. I can help you uncover this version of yourself. Have a great week.